Today we're going to make some smoke burgers on the Pit Boss Pellet Grill. Let's get started. Hello everybody. Today we're going to make some smoke burgers on the Pellet Grill. I'm going to use the Pit Boss grill today. I'm going to show you how I do it. Now, what is a smoke burger? A smoke burger is different than your standard grilled burger. Normally when you think of burgers, you think of them seared on a gas grill, charcoal grill, or even a pellet grill, direct flame broiled. You normally sear them, and that's how you normally have your hamburgers, flame broiled, that type of thing. What we're going to do today is a little different. We're going to make the hamburger as if it were, say, like a pork shoulder or a brisket. We're going to more or less barbecue it. We'll put some seasoning on it. You can put some rub, and then we're just going to cook it at a lower temperature, say 200 to 250 range, and we're going to use a smoke tray to give us extra smoke. So it's going to give you a totally different texture and taste. So it's a great way to change it up from the standard burger. So let's get started now. I'll show you how I do this. So the first thing I like to do is I like to use these silicone burger molds. Now what happens is, and I'll show you, this has been cold. What you do is you get your fresh ground beef and you put it in the bottom layer of this mold. When I take it apart, I'll show you. Put your meat in the bottom layer, and then you put the top part of the mold on top. Push it down, and it cuts and seals your burgers. At that point, you can put this in the freezer. Whenever you need a burger patty, you just peel it back, pull out what you need, and put the rest back in the freezer. They work great. I love them. Now you can also use them just with fresh. If you don't want to freeze it, but it works best if the patties are frozen, then they really just break apart from the mold a lot easier. But I'll show you. These are not frozen. These are just chilled in the refrigerator, and I only have half a mold filled right now. But I peeled the top off. Oh, that one's stuck. There we go. As you see, it makes these hexagonal shaped patties. You see I have 5 of them here. So now let me put my gloves on here before I get all messy. So I like to do that to get these started. Now I have some upcoming videos where I'll show you how to get fancy with this mold and make something other than just plain ground beef burgers. These are just plain ground beef. Again, you put your beef in the tray, push it down, put the lid on top and squeeze it. That's all you have to do. Now, for the smoke burgers, as I said, you season it just like you would season, say, a pork shoulder, brisket, ribs, something like that. So you just take your patties. Now I'm going to use just a tray to do this. Makes it easier for the work surface. Put the mold aside. Now, for today's rub, I'm just going to use what I call my Texas barbecue mix, or Texas rub mix. And it's a combination of coarse ground salt, black pepper, granulated onion, granulated garlic, and some celery seed. That's all there is to it, and I think I have this recipe listed in one of my brisket or rib videos. You can look it up there, or just leave a comment and I can relist that recipe for what I use for the Texas rub. Right now I'm just going to sprinkle it on these patties, both sides, because I want flavor on both sides. Okay, those are all ready to go. Now, the next step is I'm going to use the smoke mode on this grill. Now, if you're using a charcoal grill or a gas grill, again, you're going to want to go for a low temperature, just like you're doing a low and slow barbecue. You'll want to set your temperature low, and then use either wood chunks or a smoke tray. I'm going to use a smoke tray. I like to use the smoke trays. They're easier to fill, and also you have options of doing 1, 2, or 3 rows for a low, medium, and high smoke, meaning how many you light at one time. I'm also going to use a water pan because this particular grill tends to run hotter in the center, and I'm trying to do more of a low and slow and even, so I don't want to have a little bit of an uneven cook. So I'm going to put some water in here. In fact, we'll do that first. I have the pan in there. I'm just going to pour some water. And that will help to keep the center of the grill, at a cooler temperature, so we don't have to worry about it burning the burgers in the middle. I'm also going to put the burgers on the top shelf. Again, because it's cooler and I want the smoke to get to them. So I think the next thing I'll do is fill up my tray. Now, when you're using a smoke tube or a tray, if you're going to use a different flavor of pellet, I like to put the tube or the tray in the bag, fill it up that way. Right now I have some cherry in here, so I'm just going to put the tray into the hopper and fill it directly from the hopper. So it was that easy. Now I have my cherry pellets filled in my smoke tray. And I'm doing this because I want a lot of smoke for this. Pellet grills do give smoke, but in this case I really want to enhance that smoke flavor. That's why I'm using an additional smoke accessory. Now the next thing I need to do, I'm going to light the pellets. And it looks like I forgot my starter. I'll be right back. Okay, so now that I have my electric starter, this electric charcoal starter, it works great for starting up pellet tubes or pellet trays. So I love this thing. It gets hot very quickly. So let's get started. I'm going to start by lighting the first row in the tray. Now I think today I'm going to do what I call my super smoke method. And with the tray, you always have the option of lighting 1, 2, or 3 rows right off the bat. So I think what I'm going to do is light all 3 rows. And that'll give us an intense burst of smoke flavor for these burgers. Again, I'm going to turn on the pit boss in a minute and get it going to about, I'll probably put it on 250. So the 250 degrees, sort of a low and slow barbecue mode for the burgers. And we're going to just cook by temperature. I already have my probes out. I fed them through the grill. They're waiting. I'm going to put those in the burgers. And what I'll do, I'll just watch for those burgers to ease on up to, you know, well done is, 165. That's recommended for, ground beef. But sometimes, that can dry out your burger. So we're going to monitor it. I definitely want to go above 145. And if it hangs at 145 for a while, we'll just take them off at 145. But anywhere in that range, definitely don't want to go above 165 or they'll be too dry. So now we have our tray started. We're going to let that smolder for a little bit. And now, as I said, I'm going to turn our grill on. I have it set to 250. And at this stage, I'm just going to put the burgers on. And as I said, I'm going to put the burgers above the water pan. And it's as simple as that. Now I'm just going to wait a minute and let these burn. Now see, it looks like some of these rows may have gone out. So that's why I recommend waiting for a minute and double checking your pellet tube or pellet tray to make sure they fully ignited before you walk away. And just aim this right at the tip. I'm right up against the edge of that tray. Just heating them up. As you can see, it does a great job. And that's all there is to it. So this will take some time. I'll come back, let you know how long it took to reach temperature. They're pretty thick, and it's I may let them go to about, like I said, maybe I'll let it go to 155-ish, because they'll climb a little bit after I take them off. So I don't want them to be dried out or anything. That's the whole purpose, going low and slow with the smoke. So I'll bring you back here when they're done, and then we'll check them out. See you in a little while. Just a quick update. After I shut the camera off, I realized I didn't show you what it looks like once I've blown out the smoke and put the probes in. So just to make sure, you see I'm getting a lot of smoke with all 3 rows lit. That's what I call the super smoke mode. I also have the probes in, and I like to put them at the opposite ends of the burgers. So I put one probe in the first on the left hand side and one on the right hand side. So that way I'll get, a good check on the temperature throughout the grill. So the pellet grill just started. That's why you're getting this extra burst of smoke. I just heard it ignite. So anyway, temperature probe's in, smoke tray's going. Just wanted to give you that update. See you in a while when they're done. Okay, I'm back. It's been about 2 hours. I've turned off the grill. They've been resting for about 15 to 20 minutes. I've taken the temperature probes out, and the final temperatures were in between 145 and 165. Oh, look at those. I don't know if you can see them, but they look fantastic. So let me get them out. And they smell great too, I'll tell you. That Texas rub and the smoke flavor, it's hard to beat. I don't know if you can see. Hopefully you can get the proper color on the camera. But they're this beautiful reddish brown color, and that's from the smoke. And I can see they're juicy. I can see the juice glistening on top yet. So, in fact, let me hold this up to the camera one more time here, just so you can really see how good these look. Again, I had it at 250, and it was for about 2 hours, and they were over top the water pan, so the hot spots didn't get to them. And now we're going to put this on a homemade bun, and if you want to see how I make these, I'll be posting another video shortly on how to make these buns. But let's just put one on this bun and give it a taste. As you can see, I mean, this is just, it's picture perfect, right? So let me give it a quick taste here. Delicious. Now, probably can't pick up, I don't like showing the bite, but I'm just going to show this so you can see that the smoke through the meat, that smoke ring around there is incredible, and it tastes great. So there you have it. Delicious smoked burgers. Took about 2 hours. We used the smoke tray, put them on a homemade bun, and they're fantastic. So I highly recommend you try making smoked burgers instead of your traditional grilled or seared burgers. It's, you know, a different way of eating them. It just gives a totally different texture and taste to it. Again, similar to brisket ribs, pork shoulder, it's just that slow barbecue, so like a smoked barbecue burger, as you will. So again, please try this recipe, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you liked it, please press the thumbs up, like, subscribe to my channel, and leave some comments if you'd like to see other certain types of videos or questions or comments. So again, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Now I gotta have some more of this. Ho, 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 ho. Delicious. Very, very good.